Hello and welcome to this video on setback scheduling on TA Smart. During the video we will learn about what setback scheduling is and how to apply it on TA Smart. Finally, we will see it live in action. Setback is a simple strategy to reduce utility cost by reducing or increasing the set point in heating or cooling, according to a fixed schedule. For example, lowering the set point in heating overnight. When properly set, this is one of the main and cheapest ways of increasing efficiency of a hydronic system. We provide setback scheduling directly in TA Smart to allow customers to get energy savings without the need of any external controller with a simple configuration within the TA Smart. The options for setback scheduling can be found within the Control Settings menu. Here we can see the toggle to enable setback. We can now access the setback scheduling menu to amend the schedule. Let us look at amending the schedule for one of the days of the week. When clicking on the day of the week, we can see the current setback scheduling that has been set, with 75% setback between midnight and 9:30 in the morning, and again starting at 10 o'clock in the evening until midnight. Let's set up some different setback options now. I am going to set an additional setback over the lunch hour between 12 PM and 1 PM. So I first enable setback 2 and I change the value to the desired value. In this case, I am going to choose 50%. I will now set the time for the setback to be enabled. In this case, 12 noon until 1 PM. This additional setback has now been scheduled. We can see the option of up to 4 setback periods per day of the week. Now, let's say I wished to copy this schedule to all days of the week. We would press the copy button in the top right hand corner and select which days of the week we would like to copy this schedule to. In this case, I'm going to choose all working days. So I'm going to copy from Monday to Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, and I will now press apply. This setback schedule has now been applied to all working days of the week. If I then wanted, I could change the setback for the weekend. In this case, I've set back to 50% for the entirety of the day on Saturday and Sunday. We can see TA Smart allows us to easily schedule up to 4 different setback periods for every day of the week, and easily copy those schedules where we are using the same on different days of the week. Next, we can see setback live in action. we will now see Setback live in action. See the current live status of the TA Smart DN20. Analog input signal is 8 volts and the valve has been set to a linear input signal. Therefore 8 volts relates to 80% of the set point of the valve, which we can see on the gauge on the TA Smart, with the flow maintaining at just over 800 litres an hour, which is 80% of the maximum set point of 1000 litres per hour. Setback has been scheduled to start at 12 p.m. We have now crossed over to the setback period, and you can see that although there has been no change in input signal, the TA Smart is now controlling to a flow that was 50% of the previous value at 400 litres per hour, as setback has been enabled. You can also see in the limitations screen that the maximum flow has been reduced to 50% of the previous value, as we are now in a setback period. Watch as I increase the set point to 10 volts. Due to the setback, the TA Smart is still only delivering 50% of its configured flow rate. Again, let's look if we change the input signal to 5 volts. We can now see TA Smart is delivering just under 250 litres per hour, or 25% of its set point. Again, this is due to the setback. Finally, I would like to note I have set the input signal to linear on this valve to help with demonstration purposes. It may be the case on your system that you require a different setting, such as EQM, on your input signal. In summary, setback scheduling can be used to save on utility cost and energy usage. TA Smart allows us to easily program up to 4 setback periods per day of the week.